Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We cast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So, 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, We also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Live for Hope Sports Complex, the home of your Chicago City SC. Tonight's USLW matchup as your Chicago City welcomes Racine Kenosha. Here is the starting lineup for Racine Kenosha. The number 1.
Yeah, karate is 16.
Harms.
Correct.
Number 3, Adriana Rodriguez. Number 5, Elizabeth Kuhn. Number 6, Maya Shokic. Number 7, Addison Spielman. Number 8, Brandy Thompson. Number 9, Molly O'Regan. Number 10, Haley Johnson. Number 13, Alexis Baker. Number 14, Athena McGinn. Number 19, Bridget Cobell. And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago City SC. Number 2, Brilliant Villamil. Number 10, Sophia Jamie. Number 11, Abigail Roy. Number 12, Kelsey Ham. Number 15, Eva Patterson. Number 16, Leah Crotty. Number 19, Megan Bowman. Number 20, Jasmine Cassanon. Number 21, Hannah Grizik. Number 22, Rowan Lappy. And lastly, number 41, Lauren Kaiser.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to another production of Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, alongside my partner and good friend, Austin Wright. It is 5:57 p.m., which means it's about some time for some USL women's soccer between the visiting RKC Third Coast and the home team, Chicago City SC. In Austin, RKC, they're 0-2, and they'd love to get a victory to avoid the 0-3 start to the season.
They certainly will. They've already given up 6 goals in just 2 matches in league play thus far, and RKC is certainly hungry for a win going into this one, having lost 4-0 to Bavarian United just a few games ago. And they are certainly going to be on the lookout for anything that they can do to get in that win column and bring some points to the table.
So we saw on Friday night in the men's game, it was a long drive for Springfield. It's not really the case tonight, partner. Racine is about an hour drive from Chicago, so there shouldn't be tired players as they go from the road to play Chicago at Lions for Hope Sports Complex.
Certainly so. Some fresh legs, plenty of rest now for both sides, and certainly going to be an interesting matchup as this is RKC's first ever season in professional women's play as well as for the men's team.
Yeah, very cool. Racine and Kenosha, they love their soccer, and it is cool to see. They have a lot of interesting players. They got players from UW-Milwaukee, Milwaukee School of Engineering, my alma mater, and Marquette University. RKC Third Coast, we'll call it the very dark red jerseys, and for Chicago City SC, they're in the light blue. And it should be a good one. 90 minutes total, 45-minute halves, and it should be an interesting soccer match nonetheless. It'll be RKC's ball as we start play here in beautiful Chicago. Out to midfield, played by RKC over the sideline played by Chicago City, as it's played that time by 20, and Jasmine Cassanon now back to the defense as RKC will send it up, and Chicago will send it up, RKC head over, that time by McGinn, and then Chicago will play it out to midfield. RKC with the steal. Here comes Molly O'Regan sending it over. Good pass. And it's going to be offside against RKC Third Coast. So Chicago City having a little bit of trouble getting it out, partner, but they get lucked out by the offside call against RKC Third Coast.
They certainly do. And that was a heady play there by Alexis Baker for RKC to try and move through the defense, but really just a little bit too much pep in her step there, and she really needed to pump the brakes to slow down and not get that offsides call. But RKC is showing good signs of life here early on in this match.
Over to RKC's Molly O'Regan, set up in front, and Kaiser will smother it up. Lauren Kaiser, partner, she has an impressive background. If you Googled her, she is second all-time in UIC in terms of shutouts, as well as second all-time in terms of save percentage in the season. So if you score tonight on Lauren Kaiser, if you're RKC Third Coast, keep the ball as a souvenir because it ain't going to happen a lot.
Exactly right. And really not many goals getting by Lauren Kaiser, as you mentioned. But, she's really a defensive wall there in net, and certainly something that Coach Charlie Latshaw for Chicago City SC is obviously something that he's looking for in upping the ante for this team and creating a very solid defense.
Throw in by RKC, set up in front as it's over to Thompson and then kicked out. I don't think it was last touched by Chicago. They do say it was, and corner kick coming up for RKC Third Coast. It'll be number 4, Elizabeth Hanstedt, who will take it. So So right now, the visiting RKC Third Coast, they're 0-2 partner, but they don't look like it thus far. They're taking it to Chicago City.
They really are. They've done a lot of good maneuvers to get a high press on Chicago City SC and attempt to really thwart any defensive maneuvers there in the back line.
Now playing it is O'Regan as Shy City's trying to steal, but they can't. Now over to Spillman. Spillman's right-footed kick. He's trying to feed it to O'Regan, but stolen away by Chicago City deep in their own territory. Partner, what does Chicago have to work on to get that ball out? Not only that, but keep with the ball possession.
Well, you know, so far in this match, you really have to keep an eye on Ava Pattinson, the lone goal scorer for Chicago City SC whenever they won against Chicago Dutch Lions in their first match of this season. So her on defense is certainly going to be a key player to watch for, as she has been doing a great job holding down the back line for the Lions. But overall, that whole line is really going to have to step it up here against RKC, as they've done a lot of great jobs to get some through balls right into the defense. But Chicago City SC is responding very well thus far.
Jamie had it briefly. Rodriguez on the steal, and the ref will say was last touched by RKC Third Coast. It'll be a throw-in for Chicago City, and it was Kelsey Ham who had it. The sport of soccer has certainly improved in terms of popularity in the country, partner. It's cool to see we have an NWSL league as well as the USLW.
Exactly, partner. And, you know, exactly that for not only just the USLW, they will be having a professional women's team coming up next season for the 2024 year for the Super League, excuse me. And that'll be exclusively for a professional women's soccer opportunity in the United Soccer League. So obviously the sport of soccer is growing all across America, and another great opportunity for women to not only play in NWSL, but now they'll have the opportunity to play in Super League in next year. And they've already announced some of the host cities for those teams.
Yeah, there was a lot of popularity in the USLW last season. She's on side. Well, no, they play advantage and late call, but she was definitely offside. I was like, why aren't they calling it right away? They tried to play advantage for RKC, not able to steal. So RKC will have the free kick, and they don't do much with it. They get the meters that they wanted, but they do not maintain possession. It'll be a throw-in for Chicago City. The text line's open. Your favorite high school, college, or MLS soccer memory. Text 330-957-7653. All FCC regulations do apply. Over the sideline, played by Third Coast, off the foot of Thompson, as she looks that time for Baker. Double team was Baker, stolen away by Chicago. Abigail Roy on the play, sending it over to midfield, as going after it was Viamil. Header, and now out to midfield. Out at midfield, played that time by Strokosh, stolen away by Chicago. Right-footed kick, slow-moving ball, but Chicago City maintains possession. Abigail Roy on the sideline, keeping it in well, off the knee, now back out to midfield. Little tap pass, the chipper goes nowhere, and Chicago City on the steal. Tap and go, goes Chicago. Now played that time by Castanon, over to the sideline, and Chicago City keeping it in, back to the midfielders. And what adjustments have you seen from Chicago, as they're doing a little bit better than the first 3 minutes of the match in terms of ball possession?
They certainly are, and I would credit Jasmine Castanon for the back line, really a center defensive mid there for the Lionesses. And she's done a great job of getting in interception moments and as well creating a little havoc in the back line, as O'Regan for RKC has clearly been the front runner to be the goal scorer thus far for them, as every opportunity to get in front of the net, she's been the one receiving those balls.
Out to get it, aggressive play, but you know what? When you're 0-2, you're desperately needing that win, and you can't blame the goalkeeper there. Was it an unnecessary move? Maybe, because she had some help over the top of the defense, but I can understand getting out there to better be safe than sorry. As playing between the pipes is Greta Harms. She hasn't been challenged yet. Really, either goalkeeper has not seen a lot of action thus far. Early on, off the sideline, and sometimes the records can be deceiving. RKC is giving Chicago City their best effort thus far.
They really are, and you wouldn't know it thus far in this match that they were already 0-2 in league play, but really they've done a great job of keeping the pressure on, staying with that high press and good opportunities. But really beyond that, Chicago City SC has found great opportunities to keep intercepting those through balls and find ways to get in front of those passing lanes, because RKC, they find themselves on quick breaks, but Chicago City SC responds very well getting to those balls immediately with a quick back line going through there with Abigail Roy responding just right there.
Apologize. Roy's 11, 16 is Crotty. Now here comes Chicago. Double team. Stop and start move. Left-footed kick. Past the arms of Greta Harms. Goal for Chicago City SC. Sophia Jamie. That's one way to start, partner. Goal for Chicago. Early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, what a beautiful move there by Sophia Jamie to bend that one into the top right corner of the goal. Absolutely beautiful maneuver there for her, and the second goal scorer of the year for Chicago City SC.
Time by Jamie. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show following the broadcast. As thus far, it's very early on, but most likely would be Sophia Jamie. Stolen away by RKC. As it's played to the midfield, RKC trying to keep it in, and Racine Kenosha Coast, third coast, keeps it in. At the sideline off the body, Racine Kenosha County in their first season for both the men and the women. The women's team is 0-2, and Chicago City 1-1.
And you can really understand Coach Latshaw's presence here in the sense of getting that attack going, finding passing lanes on the very far outside stretches of the pitch. And they've done just that. And as you see another through ball there on the outside, Chicago City SC attempting for another shot, but quickly thwarted by RKC.
That's something RKC's got to work on, partner. That was too easy for Sophia Jamie. It was a great move, though, by the way, on the stop and start move. But you got to help out your goalkeeper. Any shots in front of the net, it's going to be hard for Harms to avoid giving up goals.
Exactly. And whenever you look at another soccer team's backline, you always have to mention the fact that they have to sprint towards the ball. You always have to have bodies covering that. And, you know, that was just a bit of a mental error there. They were looking at the hips of other players and couldn't find a way to get in front of that. And Sophia Jamie, obviously, with a beautiful move to get that ball in the back of the net.
There's a reason they're a midfielder. There's a reason they're a defender. There's a reason they're a forward. You always wonder, why are they forward? Well, sometimes your forward's just a little bit craftier in terms of creating separation than your midfielders, but not always the case. But Sophia Jamie with a nice move nonetheless. Header by RKC. And do you think it's getting to them a little bit? They've already lost their first two matches. Now they trail 1-0 early.
You know, you certainly would be deflated thus far. And for RKC, they only have one goal on the season. That came in just last match against the Dutch Lions. But, you know, you would really think that they would be able to find more avenues to score, as they've had very good opportunities getting far into City SC territory, but they really haven't had good opportunities to shoot and score.
Good idea. Spillman, not the best area for that shot. You'd like for her to get closer to the 16-yard marker and get a better one-timer. It was kind of off her off foot, and she wasn't able to get a lot of velocity on that shot.
Certainly. So it really just got under that ball a little bit too much there. And if she had been given that opportunity again, another just quick pass would have been the best opportunity there. But hey, you know, I'm not the one on the field.
Right. And they've helped out the officials a little bit today. They've moved the goals up a couple meters, so you can kind of tell when it goes off the field goal post versus the crossbar. On Friday night, it was right by those field goal posts. So if you weren't paying attention as a ref, you could think that it hit the crossbar when it really went off the field goal post out of play.
Exactly. So, and it's definitely a good idea by the groundskeepers here for Lions for Hope Sports Complex to keep it away from those rugby end zone net, and it certainly does create a clearer line than what we saw for the men's match last week in their win.
Free kick coming up for RKC Third Coast, Elizabeth Kuhn. They got some cool jerseys, does RKC Third Coast. I don't know about that one, partner. I like the idea, but if you're going to do that, you got to get it on net. That's kind of a wasted kick when it goes above the crossbar like that.
And, you know, whenever you see those kind of kicks, you really think that they would get a lot closer to the net. And it's obviously you want to try and keep it away from the goalkeeper in any possible sense, but just putting too much mustard on that one really hurts you there.
Either pass it to a midfielder, or if you're going to shoot it, you got to get it on net, or at least somebody deflects it for the redirection. You don't want to waste possessions. I know in soccer there's a lot of minutes played in the match, but a wasted possession could cost you in terms of a victory. Stolen away by RKC Third Coast at the midfield. Sophia Jamie, the difference maker thus far.
She certainly is. And although we're 13 minutes into this match, Kyle, I would really say that it's been pretty much a 50-50 opportunities for both sides, as there's really been good shot opportunities for both. But obviously Sophia Jamie's maneuver to put one in the back of the net was really just the difference maker thus far.
Out at midfield, kicked over to the sideline, and it's played back to Harms. One could say if RKC Third Coast wants to win, they want to keep the ball out of harm's way. Thank you. I'm here till
partner,
Tuesday.
You were
Try
too
the
much.
veal.
You were too much.
If you like that one, I've got 10,000 more of them. Out to the to the corner. Played that time by Jamie. How does a tree get access to Wi-Fi?
Well, how?
By logging on, of course.
Oh, brother.
Out to the sideline. Not a big dad joke.
I wonder if Harms found that one.
Headed over by RKC. Now played that time by 21 in Griesick, and out of bounds RKC Third Coast. Are you a dad joke fan or not your kind of humor?
Oh, no, certainly so. I can always go for a good dad joke.
Okay.
And I'm sure some of these players on the pitch would certainly love a good dad joke, too. Especially after a nice goal.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, but Lappy had it briefly, now over the far sideline. We've seen some good soccer for both the men and the women early on in the season. The men, surprisingly, scored 4 goals en route to that 4-2 win. And now an early on goal scored by Chicago City. Sophia Jamie kicked out by RKC.
And clearly, that's a credit to Coach Latshaw III. He really has a great idea of what he wants from his players. Quick, disciplined, and those that can have some speed on the outside to get in front of those defenders against any team that they face. And really, that's been working here for the women as well. They all are clearly well disciplined. They only have a few weeks to get together for both the men and the women to prepare for these seasons, as they all play at different colleges around the nation.
Right.
Not only just here in the Midwest, but to be able to do that in such a short time is really impressive. And obviously it's for any team in this league that they have to deal with those measures, but it is very impressive to see for either side.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a summer league. Some of the college's best players that are all on one team. It's like a pseudo all-star game for the entire year, and it's hard to assemble players in an all-star game format. Now, you play the entire season, so you start to get some chemistry, but you build chemistry through the games versus through practice in a normal college season. And you don't have off-season workouts like you would have for your college team. So it's been fun thus far, and for Chicago City, leading 1-0. Stolen away that time by Leah Crotty, now played deep in their own territory, but kept the possession, did Chicago SC. Now out to midfield, right-footed kick, trying to get it out in stride. Jamie, the intended target, off the body, still at midfield. And played that time by Maya Strokosh, still at midfield, on the right foot. As a little tap pass off the body that time of Elizabeth Hanstead, and sending it back to the defense. Over to the boundary, as it's played now by Kelsey Ham, and back out to midfield. Lead pass, but stolen away by Kuhn. If you're just joining us, Sophia Jamie with the goal. That's where we stand right now. Harms and the opposing goalkeeper and Kaiser have not seen a lot of action.
You know, just like in the first match, Kyle, we already saw a goal not even 10 minutes into the match. It was already in the 8th minute that Sophia Jamie was able to find the back of the net. And she's already matched her season total from last year when she played at UIC, having just 1 goal in the season. So obviously she's very excited to be on this Chicago City SC women's team and be able to have opportunities to keep scoring.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better night for soccer, and for Lauren Kaiser, she couldn't ask for a better defensive effort from her teammates. She has just not had to do a lot tonight thus far. Lead kick over to Jamie. It was a one-on-one, but it was a slow-moving kick, so the defense was able to regroup. Center pass. Oh, boy, that's going to hurt in the morning. But she did her job, partner. Got in the way of that pass. Sets up the corner kick for Chicago City.
It certainly does, and that was a great effort there by Chicago City to be able to get towards the back of the net there, or towards the keeper for RKC. But now a great opportunity here for a set piece. We'll see what the Lionesses can do here.
Set up
far
in front,
through ball with too many
chance.
defenders there.
Oh, great fake. Excellent fake that time by Rowan Lappy. As it's out to midfield. Played that time by Abigail Roy. RKC, they have their hands tied right now with Sophia Jamie as it's stolen away that time by Spillman, set up in front. Good move, ball loose, trying to nutmeg, and does. Now deflected up in the air, Chicago City steals. But like I was saying, Sophia Jamie has been a problem right now for RKC. How can they isolate her when Jamie has the ball?
You know, whenever she has the ball there on the far side, or the near side of the pitch for us, she really has been able to have great opportunities as she continues to move in the middle there when a shot just wide left of the net. And, you know, if you're RKC, you have to have at least one body constantly following her now, because she's going to continue to be a threat to score, as City SC is continually looking to have her be the next goal scorer again, clearly.
Yeah, she has been a problem, that is for sure. And for RKC Third Coast, you've been struggling offensively. It would be a huge detriment to give up another goal. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to win, but down 2-0, when you've been struggling, if you've ever seen the movie The Natural, losing is contagious, losing is disease, and the more bad things that happen in a match, it gets into your head. So a 2-0 deficit, in your mind, can think you think a 4-0 deficit.
Exactly, and we saw an earlier mistake there by Kelsey Ham in which the RKC Third Coast was able to take advantage and get far into the territory. So if they can force some interceptions, as they just did there in the middle of the box, that can give them greater opportunities, and a good tackle there for them to be able to steal those balls away. But City SC is still having relentless pressure to not allow them to keep moving that ball up.
Yeah, it's been tough for RKC Third Coast. They've had some opportunities, and that's why I say wasted possessions. Even though there's a lot of minutes in a soccer game, it is hard to score that ball. So when you have free kicks, when you're inside the 22-meter, when you're inside the 40-meter, yeah, you want to try to get it on net, but if you don't feel comfortable or it's a faraway shot, it's okay to do a couple more passes to try to set up a closer shot. As Greta Harms will take it. At the 20th minute, 1-0 lead for Chicago City. Text line still open. Your favorite MLS, college, or FIFA World Cup memory. Text 330-957-7653. Header at midfield, kicked away by Chicago City. Another header, and that time it's won by Third Coast. RKC shot very high and outside the outstretched arms that time of Lauren Kaiser. And free kick coming up for Kaiser.
And really just not the best opportunity there for Alexis Baker to get a second goal on her season. But, you know, it really just kind of a rushed opportunity there for her to attempt to get that in the net. But really, you know, she's really got to look for more of those through balls and give more opportunities for her teammates and set up some more confusing plays for the City defensive line and not allow Kaiser to stay too comfortable in the back of that net.
Kicked out by Chicago City.
A nice reception there by Coach Latshaw on the far side.
Hey, you got to stay ready, right?
You certainly do, always. Especially with a pitch like this, you're a little bit skinny on that far side, so you always got to be ready for any soccer balls that might be flying your way.
Well, look, the players try to head it, but if you're not ready for it, that one hurts off the temple. Got to have your hands ready, catch that ball. Out of midfield, it was off the foot that time of Strokosh. Good defense is trying to kick it away. That time is Viamil. And it's kicked out by RKC Third Coast. And they're actually going to say free kick before it went out. So they gained a meter off the free kick. But free kicks are important because it's harder to gain meters off a throw and free kick. You can gain 3 meters easily off one pass.
Certainly so, and especially whenever you have a throw-in opportunity, you have to be so precise and be able to get exactly where you want to your players, because so much can happen in those couple of seconds where that ball might be in the air, in which an interception could happen easily for the defense.
Throw-in coming up for Third Coast, Elizabeth Kuhn, the right back. It was a late change. They had Dobrinska between the pipes, but they gave the job to Harms this morning. And there are some late injuries. We do get late injury reports in this league. And it's different than a college season. In a college season, they'll try to play through injury. This is more of a for fun thing, also to stay in shape for the upcoming fall season. So any type of injury, they're usually going to get the seat on the bench. We won't be seeing any Willis Reed performances tonight, where he can barely walk and he's still on the basketball court for 10 minutes. Stolen away by Chicago City. Give and go action, as it was led that time by Pattison. And here comes Chicago City. Over that time to Ham. Give and go action. Ham will play it now. Ham near the end line, and it was kicked out by Rodriguez. Corner kick coming up for Chicago City, and it'll be the lone goal scorer of the game in Jamie to take it.
And a good opportunity there for Kelsey Ham, the captain for City SC, to try and get that through ball. But, you know, it really does set up another big moment here for a set piece on the near side for Chicago to actually get another goal here. And we'll see if they throw more bodies towards the middle again.
Corner kick as it was set up in front. Chance, and it was blocked that time by the goalkeeper in Harms. Out of bounds it goes, and it'll be a throw-in coming up for RKC Third Coast.
And we will have 2 subs here for RKC as Alexis Baker goes off the pitch, as well as Maya Strakosh.
Good throw-in, but did she have her feet planted, or was the ref not ready for the throw-in? I don't think he was ready. It's not when the players are ready, it's when the ref is ready.
Exactly. It always is. And with these early substitutions by head coach John Burke of RKC Third Coast, you would really expect that for something so early in this match, hopefully that brings some more life to the team and gives them more opportunities to even this one up, as they've really not been able to do too much really in these past 5 minutes, as Chicago has held on to possession of the ball for the majority of the time and seems more in control, although RKC has had a couple of moments where they looked like they were ready to score, but obviously just putting too much on those shots.
Inside the 40-meter, guarded closely that time by Spillman. Chicago City keeps possession. Lead pass right in stride as it was feeding at that time to Crotty. Sorry, that's Ham. Now over to Ham. Ham stops the ball, setting it up to Jamie, but she was double-teamed over the top help, led by McGinn. Now out to midfield, and it's played by Roy. Now back to Kaiser. Now back to Roy. Was she onside? Jamie goes after it, over the head. Slow-moving ball, and she just doesn't get goal number 2. That close to getting it over the head of Harms and into the back of the net.
That could have been an amazing opportunity for City SC, but a good job there by the RKC defense to get in front of that one.
Over to the midfielders, and then a tap kick to the sideline. Off the head. And it was played that time in Griesick. Jamie again. Jamie, the relentless force, left-footed kick. She scores. 2-0 lead for Chicago City SC.
An amazing maneuver yet again by Sophia Jamie, finding a way to get into the top part of the back of the net yet again. A nice
I
maneuver
will be
for them
back.
to get
I have
that
to go to the
second one.
bathroom, so Austin will take over for play-by-play duties.
Second of the match.
Another great opportunity for Sophia Jamie to get that second goal here in just the 27th minute. And for RKC, you really have to be wondering now how they're going to be able to deal with this. They had those substitutions that we mentioned, fresh legs to the pitch early on in this one. But overall, it's really not too surprising to see them be able to falter already in this match. But now Third Coast looking for more opportunities, but easily stolen away by the Chicago defense and midfielders here. Chicago putting more pressure on again, looking for Jamie, but a nice interception there for Addison Spillman. And like I mentioned before, Sophia Jamie with that second goal now surpasses her total of her goals in her collegiate career at UIC from last season with 2. She already has doubled her total, so that alone is impressive. But what we've seen thus far, bending it into the top right of the box on the near side has been very impressive. Only 27 minutes into this match so far. But now for Third Coast, you have to wonder what exactly they will be able to change, as that through press was really just not quite on the money. Easily picked up by Kaiser. You would have to think thus far that RKC could find more opportunities to get inside those passing lanes, but the passes so far for Chicago have been very consistent and clean as Pattinson keeps moving the ball from the defense to the midfield here. Over to the outside of the box, and now Chicago's just having their way with the ball in the midfield. Great formations, a nice far pass over to Jamie again, but she's going to be called offside on that one. Too far in front there. She'll have to regroup and see what RKC is going to throw their way as they come back down the pitch. And that'll be Harms doing the goalkeeping job there for the kick. Headed off there by Thompson for RKC. It'll easily trickle back towards Kaiser. And she'll send it over there to the far side for Leah Crotty. But that one goes out of bounds. So now a great opportunity for RKC to find their way to get on the board. We'll see what they can do on this one, as Chicago City continually swarms around that ball, not allowing Third Coast any opportunities to have open lanes. But a nice interception there. I stand corrected by Elizabeth Kuhn for Third Coast. Another throw-in coming up. That one's received by Thompson on the far side, going out yet again for a throw-in, but this time it'll be for City SC. Doing the job over there is Leah Crotty. Sending a high arcing throw. That one stays right on the sideline, not called out, stays in. So we'll see if the Lionesses have an opportunity here, but RKC sticking with it so far. They don't look like they're ready to give up right now, as Adriana Rodriguez screams down the side of a pitch looking for somebody in the middle, but no one's available. A solid defensive formation for City SC is able to thwart that opportunity as they regain possession there. Jasmine Castanen. And Sophia Jamie there on the near side yet again receives a long through ball. She finds an opportunity to shoot, but easily saved. A great maneuver there by Greta Harms. A nice look for Sophia Jamie, but really just not quite enough. A great maneuver by Greta Harms to lay it all out on the line. Now Harms will do the corner kicking opportunity. Yet another one here for City SC. Easily figured out there by RKC. But City's still retaining possession, doing an amazing job thus far of being able to put all the pressure whenever they can for a high press against RKC. You wouldn't say that Third Coast looks too lost out there, but they just haven't had as clean passes or really as good of opportunities thus far as Chicago City. But I have to wonder, moving on for this match, though, what Chicago City SC will do. Will they stay consistent as they have and continue to put the ball in the net and stay with that high press, or will they just kind of relax and give it to the midfielders as much as they can to wear down RKC even further, being down a 2-goal deficit with 32 minutes already gone by in this match? Another battle in the midfield there. RKC with a good opportunity. Spillman passed it over, but easily intercepted. And a rough tackle there in the middle by RKC. That was on Abigail Roy, or the tackle was against Abigail Roy, excuse me. But Thompson really just too much. And a friendly pass there to City. They'll be able to start off this one. Now over there on the far side, Pattinson's looking for anybody that she can. We're going to keep it on the safe side here. As now a through ball easily picked up there by Third Coast. Bridget Cadvelli handling that one. But easily picked up yet again by Jasmine Castanon. She's done a great job in the midfield to get in front of those passing lanes and be able to be a complete disruptor thus far in this match, and not allow RKC really too much movement there in the middle of the field, as you see for the Lions for Hope Sports Complex logo there in the middle. Now given over by Haley Johnson. Really just a simple defensive maneuver there, giving it over to Lauren Kaiser. Not too many great opportunities allowed by the Chicago backline. Clearly a well-disciplined group.
Thanks so much for taking over for me, Austin. It was getting kind of not great there, but I got her done. Out in front and stolen away, that time by Chicago City. And now stolen away by RKC. So, partner, what have you seen from RKC the last 5 minutes?
You know, really, thus far in this part of the match, you've really seen RKC have some singular opportunities to be able to go in front of the net and have some shots, but they've really been intercepted and met immediately by the back line. And you have to credit Pattinson as well as Sophia Jamie and all those other players that are able to swarm against the ball and not allow any shots.
Now, if you're RKC Third Coast, are you going to be a little bit more aggressive on offense now? Because, look, I mean, you give up another goal, the game's over, obviously, but at the same time, you got to find a way to get offense, and what they've done the first two matches hasn't gotten the job done. Now you're down 2, closer to halftime.
Very true, partner, but you never know in sports whenever anything can be over. It's not over till we hear that final horn, right. But obviously it's an insurmountable lead almost if Chicago City SC puts in yet another in the back.
Right.
But they have to continue to find those passing lanes on the outside, just like City's doing. They're getting those strikers as far as they can on the pitch, going long through balls, nice crossing ones, but that's really just the type of things that RKC hasn't been focused on. They want to move it towards the middle, and it clearly hasn't worked thus far, as the midfielders for Chicago City SC have really met them immediately.
And it's going to be called offside against Chicago City, so Greta Harms will take it. She's given up 2 goals, partner, but it's hard to blame both of those goals on her. They're at point-blank range, tough to stop.
They certainly are, and you have to credit Sophia Jamie to be able to bend the ball into the top right corner of the net. It's really just all her on those shots to be able to get it past Harms.
If you're Chicago City SC, do you consider double teaming Sophia Jamie, or at least having a defender watching her, kind of like a QB spy at all times, and see if somebody else can beat you?
Well, like I was mentioning earlier in this match, RKC, they have to keep somebody constantly watching her. As you see Adriana Rodriguez right there up at the front, you would think that someone like her would be able to keep finding her, as she does try and get a good tackle against her, but not really able to, as the speed of Sophia Jamie was able to get past her on that one.
Yeah, she's impressive to watch. We will give you some human interest stories about her, because she is an excellent soccer player, especially on the offensive end of the pitch. It's a little tap pass from Roy, sent over in front, and it was a header attempt, that time by Grzyk, and now out to midfield. Now out to Chicago City. And played at the sideline. that time to Castanon. And a good feed. Send it over to Grzyk. At the 22-meter. Shot! Good idea, partner. You're up 2. That's the time to be aggressive. Just didn't get it on net there.
Yeah, good opportunity there by Megan Bowman to be able to find the top of the net there. But, just a little bit too much on that ball. But I do like the idea, like you were saying there. It was a great opportunity, a good moment to shoot. Harms clearly was ready for it, but maybe not if it went that high in the net.
It's got to get to RKC Third Coast. They've lost their first 2. They've only scored 1 goal all season. Not time to panic, but they're definitely going to make some adjustments at halftime. If you're not going to win the match, you'd love to score at least once to have some momentum going into your 4th match of the season.
You certainly would.
Dangerous
RKC
pass.
has an opportunity.
Stolen away shot, and if you're going to score on Kaiser, you better get some elevation on it. That is an easy save for Kaiser.
Exactly. Addison Spillman didn't quite have her feet set on that one. It was a great moment for her to shoot, but just clearly was off balance and wasn't able to find the right footing to get that past Kaiser.
Not a good decision, though, by Kaiser, as Spillman was right in front of her. Spillman stole it, and it was a chance for RKC. That could have built the momentum in RKC's favor, but they're not able to score. Then kick it over to the right side as it was fed to Ham. But it's going to be a throw-in coming up. No, they're going to say she was offside. No. We play on as it's kept in that time by RKC. Out to midfield. RKC, they took it to Chicago City the first couple of minutes, partner, but after that, Chicago made the adjustments, and they also have Sophia Jamie on their team. That doesn't hurt either. Jamie with 2 goals. We currently stand at a 2-0 lead.
Exactly. We only have seen a few fleeting moments for RKC to actually be able to get past the Chicago back line, but really not doing too much else there to be able to give their strikers opportunities in front of the net. And you really have to credit the Chicago midfield and defense there to be able to afford any of those long crossing passes.
Greta Harms, she's got good position and good size for the position. Partner, what is she doing in terms of her positioning that's making it tough for people not named Sophia Jamie thus far?
She's really done a good job of keeping her eyes on not only just the ball, but clearly the hips, the movements of the players that are trying to get in front of the net. She's really done a good job of getting in front of those lanes and not allowing really too much pressure on her whenever it's been, besides not players named Sophia Jamie.
That's the thing, partner. It's pretty even, but when you have that one player, Toronto Raptors fans, if they never hear the name LeBron James, I think they'll be happy. It was just that one player for the Cavaliers that always hurt as that's a lead pass, read well by Kaiser, but always hurt their weekend whenever the Raptors were playing the Cavaliers and LeBron James was on the team. Out past the 40-meter. That should be a free kick. We play advantage. No advantage gain for Chicago. And Bayamil will take it. In the men's game, you'll see a yellow card. Women's game, that was just inadvertent. We play on. Not really a yellow card there.
Yeah, no harm, no foul on that one. You really wouldn't expect the ref to be able to book someone for something like that, but no harm done on that one.
Yeah, she's going after the ball. She did get her with the chest, but she got all ball on the attempt, so no yellow card.
Harms with one of the longest passes of the day. She clearly wants her strikers to be able to get in front of Kaiser and cause some havoc.
Try something new, right? If it doesn't work, try something new. And if that doesn't work, then you try something new again. If it's broke, you got to fix it. And right now, they're not scoring, so it's broke. Free kick awarded for RKC Third Coast. Haley Johnson will take it, the outside right midfielder. And RKC Third Coast, it's a newer club, so they have a lot of MSOE players. Nothing against MSOE, but there is a difference in terms of athleticism and speed between the Division III versus Division I level, and we're seeing it tonight. There's a lot of D1 players for Chicago City. There are some MSOE players for RKC Third Coast. It's not a big difference, but you're seeing a little bit of difference sort of speed and ball possession on both sides of the pitch.
Exactly. When you have such varying leagues, it's so hard to actually be able to match up against one another, but an opportunity, the biggest one so far for RKC.
Yeah, it was a good lead pass over to Spillman. Good idea. Kaiser, they're starting to pester her a little bit, and she's got to be ready.
Exactly. Later in this first half, they are finally starting to show more signs of life instead of those lone moments that we saw earlier. clearly they have to keep that sort of pressure on and keep those long crossing passes moving as that one goes out on Chicago. That'll be a nice throw-in opportunity for RKC.
Constant hustle by Jamie. We know she can score goals, but to get to that next level, to think about playing, for the NWSL, constant hustle. It's not just about scoring goals and setting up your teammates. Little plays like that, she almost kept it in. Those are the things that coaches want to see at the next level. Greta Harms, you'll have to play it off her foot. It was a pass off her teammate. Bad pass, and Harms luckily got the ball back. Whew, both goalkeepers with some questionable decision making, but they haven't been bitten by it yet.
Yeah, exactly, and you really have to credit Harms for that one. It was certainly a risky move, but it clearly paid off because the only times that she's been burned by Sophia Jamie was because of some great shot opportunities.
Right.
But she's done a good job in the back of the net otherwise beyond those 2 shots.
So both goalkeepers got to be aware of that with a forward right in front of you. Left-footed kick, try, and it's off the side of the net. That one, partner, you'd like to go far post because the goalie's she's gonna hug that near post, and it's gonna be an easy save when you go near post like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever you see Hannah Grizik shoot something like that, it's reminiscent of some of those goals that we saw by Sophia Jamie.
Her goals are harmful.
Exactly, against Greta Harms. And clearly they like to favor that near side of the post, so if they find any other opportunities for players, that's got to be where they got to keep shooting.
And kicked out that time by RKC Third Coast. The Lionesses leading Third Coast 2-0. So we know they're called Third Coast. What happened to First and Second Coast? I guess they didn't make the cut?
We'd have to ask our East and West Coast counterparts on that one. See who wants to call each other the first and second on that
right.
one.
It's definitely a unique name, and I like those unique names. You get a lot of that in minor league baseball. Over to the far sideline.
Exactly, and it's better than some of those other clubs that just want to stick with their town name and SC.
Yeah.
You give a little more personality to a region,
right.
Especially when it's something so long as Racine, Kenosha County. But obviously, that certainly is a great name for this whole region being the Third Coast. You never really would have expected that from this region, but it's a great little nickname for them to have.
One-timer chance. Hard to get that on net. She does, but really hard to score that one. Now a punt by Harms, not a good one, but she does get it to a teammate. A pseudo-bicycle kick, a halfway one that time by Spillman. And it's stolen away that time by Chicago City. Off the feet of Lowy, and now over to midfield.
And partner, it's still going on into this first half. I know it's starting to be closer towards halftime here, but you really have to wonder with those early substitutions that we saw by John Burke for RKC, you have to wonder exactly what they were trying to do here, because they have had better opportunities later in this first half, but really the Chicago defense has still found ways to get in front and not allow really too much pressure on Kaiser, who's had a fairly comfortable day, only a couple of big saves that she's had to make.
Yeah, she made that one mistake, the pass that was stolen by Spillman. Other than that, she's been very good. Lead pass, she's onside, by the way, so we play on. Jamie's pass, crosser, try, blocked! What a key block that was. RKC still alive. They're alive, though, partner, but they're hanging on for dear life, as one more goal would have put this one away.
It certainly would have looked that way with Megan Bowman having an amazing shot right there that could have been in, but just really not having her luck on her that side, being able to get in front of the net. But, that ball just trickled away a little too fast.
Good job just helping out your team. Look, if the goalie can't make the save, we got to do our best to help out our goalkeeper.
Exactly. A great interception there by Kelsey Ham, the captain for City.
Stop and start move, shot, goal! Braylon Villamil, 3-0 lead for Chicago City.
An amazing shot there by Braylon Villamil. Nice goal for her. And like you're saying, partner, that could be the deciding factor, the nail in the coffin here to put City SC with another win on the season in just their second match.
I think the fat lady's saying we're going to see a second half by RKC, but I don't see Lauren Kaiser, second most shutouts in UIC history, by the way, giving up 3 goals in the second half. And that'll do it for the first half. So 3-0, pretty self-explanatory, partner. Chicago City SC stole the first half. Sophia Jamie, the best player. Second best player, Breland Viamil.
Absolutely, and just a relentless attack there by Chicago City SC to be able to get in front of the net and cause havoc against Greta Harms. And you have to wonder how RKC is going to respond after such a brutal first half for them. Those substitutions, will they come into play later in that second half to possibly get on the board? We'll have to see.
For Chicago, do you think you're going to see earlier substitutions, as this one is pretty much in hand for Chicago?
I would have to imagine that Coach Latshaw would be putting in some new fresh legs and give those players that have done such a great job thus far some well-deserved rest.
So we'll take a break, and then we'll give you some halftime analysis. It's 3-0 Chicago City SC here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Back to the action. Second half has already started here at beautiful Lions for Hope Sports Complex. Kyle Smith alongside Austin Wright. And Austin, it's 3-0 in favor of Chicago City SC. And Sophia Jamie with 2 goals, Via Mill with 1. And for RKC Third Coast, you'd love to get the win, obviously. You'd love to get the draw. At least score once to get some momentum going into your 4th match.
Exactly, and you would like to see players like Addison Spillman for Third Coast to be able to get in front of the net again, but really they just haven't had too many great opportunities, as she had one earlier in the first half, a nice opportunity, but really nothing came of it as she was just off balance and couldn't quite get her footing.
The box score brought to you by SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. For Chicago City, 8 shots, 4 shots on goal and 3 goals. So that's a really good percentage, partner. 8 shots, 4 on goal, and 3 went in the back of the net. That's definitely going to lead to victories going forward.
Oh, absolutely. And you really have to credit the strikers, not only Sophia Jamie, but also Braylon Viamel. She's done a great job as well getting a goal in this match. But it's really credit to the relentless pressure that Chicago City SC has been able to put onto the pitch for today's match. And now a bit of a midfield battle here as RKC looks to give an opportunity to pressure Kaiser, but easily thwarted there by Pattinson on the middle. Now Chicago City with it here on the near side, attempted to regain control here early on in the second half, not allowing RKC really any movement as they did really for much of that first half.
Left-footed kick, and it's sent inside the 22-meter. Greta Harms will take it. 3-0 lead, partner. Obviously not the start that RKC wanted, but they're going to have to regroup, and if you can score in the next couple of minutes, you could still possibly win this match, but you'd have to score the next couple of minutes to make it within reason to score 3 unanswered for at least the draw.
Exactly so, and you would definitely think that, especially with the substitutions that RKC made later in that first half, that they would be able to have some fresh legs and more opportunities to score there. But really, they just haven't had too many opportunities close to the box to pressure Kaiser. So we'll have to see if they can find anything moving forward. But like you said, anything early on would be a huge momentum boost for them.
Inside the 40-meter, and it's played that time off the bench as they go to 16. Ooh, man, that one's going to hurt in the morning, but she does get in the way of that passing lane and sent over to the sideline. Another block shot.
On yet again there.
Now playing it is Covelli and kicked out that time by Pattison.
Cridey there really not able to have possession on that one. But the Lionesses are able to retain it. And now have an opportunity to push that ball yet again.
Now over to midfield, Chicago City. Good lead pass as it's sent over to Covelli. 16 guarding. Now over to Viamil. Viamil at the 22-meter. Out in front. Setting it up that time to Jamie. And then out to midfield. Header. And stolen away that time by Paige Baird. Over to midfield. Text line still open. Your favorite high school, college, or FIFA World Cup memory. Text 330-957-7653. Now over to the 22-meter, trying to keep it in. Oh my goodness, she did. Excellent play. That time by Covelli. Now over to midfield. And Chicago City, they're up by 3 goals, Austin, but they are not giving up. Shot. Harms got a piece of it. Loose ball. Covelli's shot goes for naught. RKC near the end line. No choice but to clear it. And it'll be a throw-in coming up for Chicago City SC.
And a nice maneuver there for Chicago to be able to continue to have that pressure against Greta Harms. And we'll see what they can do here, as they have a nice set piece here coming up.
And Megan Bauman's number 19, so she had a nice shot, almost went in the back of net. She'll have the corner, as it'll be a corner coming up for Chicago City SC. We're in Chicago, right on the west side, Lions for Hope Sports Complex. It's a beautiful night for soccer. No wind, not cold. Off the leg and kicked out by RKC. As Chicago looking to answer at the midfield. Header stolen away by RKC. Chicago, back and forth we go, midfield. Both players trying to head it, and they missed. Last person at it was Spillman. And the first person was Lappy. Jamie on it again, looking for the hat trick. Inside the 22-meter. Stutter step move. Going back inside with it. Out in front, Villamil. Viamil fakes the shot, left-footed kick, just a little bit high. Would have been a goal, but just over the crossbar. Still a 3-0 lead for Chicago.
Exactly, a nice opportunity yet again for Braylon Viamil. She's really had some good moments there to use that left foot of hers, but just a little too much on it and not really able to get it there towards the back of the net.
And it's headed out. Now at the sideline. And was played that time by Castanon. Now over to the 40-meter. Viamil. We talked a lot about Jamie, partner, but Viamil has also been a force to be reckoned with on the pitch tonight.
She really has, and right there towards the middle of the pitch is where she's been making her home for the most part in this match, and she's done a great job right there in the front to be able to give City SC another reliable striker looking for a 4th potential goal.
Out in front, Harms goes after it. Well, on the box score, partner, her save percentage isn't going to be great. 4 shots on goal, only 1 save, but it's hard to save the ball when you're constantly having shots 10 yards away from the end line.
It really is, and that's a credit to the strikers for Chicago City SC as they continue yet again at a shot there, and it goes in. Chicago City SC finds yet again to get there in the back of the net. What a beautiful shot for the Lionesses to get their 4th one on the afternoon.
Yeah, it's been that kind of night for Chicago City. RKC.
And
they're going to give it to Jamie. Hat trick, 4-0. 4-0 lead for Chicago. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. Hasn't rained yet, literally, but figuratively for RKC, trailing 4-0.
And you know, partner, I know that obviously soccer is quite a bit different than hockey, but especially whenever you see soccer players get a hat trick, I would love to see that tradition, at least for American soccer, to throw some hats onto the pitch for some of these matches and just have that continue over. but an amazing effort and performance tonight by Sophia Jamie, capping it off.
And then in Detroit, sometimes for hat tricks, they throw the octopus and then octopi when there's several fans throwing it.
Exactly. In Nashville, well, predominantly before the games, but they throw those catfish right there on the ice.
For the hat trick? Or for the pregame ritual?
For the pregame, though. No, not for hat tricks, obviously just those hats there.
That would make
Nashville.
the ice smell kind of bad, although octopi don't smell great either.
Oh, I can't imagine. And you wonder how those fans actually are able to get those octopuses in, or octopi, excuse me. Strapping it with saran wrap. It's crazy how dedicated they are by using some of those means to get those live, well, not at that point, those sea animals into the arenas.
Good sportsmanship there by Elizabeth Hanstead. Well, partner, it looks like it's going to be a victory for Chicago, so what do you want to see from RKC to end this match?
You know, you really want to see just any kind of relentless pressure that we've seen, not only from Chicago, but now flip it over towards them in their defense and really find ways to pressure Kaiser. She's really been able to have an easy night for the most part, only a couple shots against her. So any kind of forward movement that they can have, especially on the outside, as we see Spillman try to scream down the pitch, would be a great moment for them.
Lead pass, trying to get rid of the shutout. And great recovery speed that time by Jasmine Cassanon. Makes Kaiser's job a lot easier as she covers it up. Kaiser's going to get credit for the clean sheet, assuming that RKC doesn't score any. But it was really a defensive effort by Chicago to maintain the clean sheet.
It really was. And you have to credit Cassanon as well as Kelsey Ham. She was one of those defensemen over there able to get in front of that ball. And so the effort by them to speed towards some of those attackers has really been the reason why they've been able to have this shutout thus far in this match.
Sending it over to the far sideline as trying to get that pass was Ham. Sophia Jamie, though, that was one thing I was not expecting, a hat trick. And they've only scored 4 times, so she has 75% of their goals. That's really impressive.
It really is.
Reminds me of the World Cup final. France scored 3 goals, and they were all by one guy. And then he also scored a PK. That was a fantastic final between Argentina and France. Argentina prevailed, but they did blow the lead, and it looked like France had a chance to win right before we went to PKs. England claims that they invented soccer, but they have not played well in the FIFA World Cup as of the last 12 years.
You know, that is very true, partner. England has really always been some of those disappointments like you see for the Yankees for baseball. Yeah. They always get there. They always look like they would be on the top, and in those bright lights, in the moment, they really are not able to capitalize. So
it's so
especially maybe even those Dallas Cowboys, supposedly America's
team, yeah.
Feels like that always happens to them as well.
Well, you think of hockey, the Canadians, all those Stanley Cups they've won, they haven't won it since '93. Well, the Maple Leafs haven't won it since '64. Now, the Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto, so you would think Toronto.
Beautiful center there.
Right. Sky Dome, well, they don't call it the Sky Dome anymore. Sorry, the Rogers Center. But to all baby boomers and Generation Xers, it'll always be called the Sky Dome. Header as the lead pass to Bauman goes for naught, but it will be a corner kick for Bauman. But yeah, you think of teams like the Canadians and the Yankees and teams that me and you saw win. Well, you didn't really see the Canadians. I was only 3 the last time they won the Cup. They were in the finals a couple years ago during the weird COVID years. But yeah, you got Generation Zers that have no idea about the Yankees, Canadians, and other teams that used to be great. And you're like, what? The Yankees used to win championships? I'm like, yeah, they used to, but not anymore.
Exactly, partner. And especially when you look at some of these soccer leagues as well, it's so difficult for them to actually be able to maintain the consistency during the regular season and then put it forward into the postseason. You really don't see that too much. You'll see some of those 2 or 3 seeds pop out of nowhere and find ways to actually get to those championship finals. And we also see that with the Miami Heat this season.
Yeah.
An 8 seed clawing their way into it. And, of course, the Bucks, an amazing regular season, but they falter later on in the playoffs. For whatever reason, once you hit that mark after the regular season, you can relate it to even all these women's soccer players as well. You can have a great regular season, but it's a totally different animal once you find your way into the postseason.
Just get into the tournament, as some coaches like to say. If you get in, Roethlisberger's first ever Super Bowl win. They were a 6 seed. Has good lead pass that time to Covelli. But you look at RKC Third Coast, they've got the midfield thing. They've got that situated. It's the forward play past the 40-meter that they're struggling with. And that's kind of the difference between Division III players and Division I. Is midfield play is going to be fine at the D3 level. But D1, D2, the forward play is a little bit better than D3 usually.
Exactly. And you see the speed as a nice shot there. A little too much on it there by Castanon. But a good attempt. But yeah, you see the speed difference between Chicago City and Third Coast whenever those strikers are screaming down the pitch, as we have a couple substitutions here for City.
Yep, definitely understandable. You're up 4-0. And the PA guy will announce it soon. Raphael does a decent job for us. Diana Dawood is one of the substitutions into the match, as it'll be Harms on the kick. Off the chest, and it was played that time by O'Regan. Out at midfield now, trying to steal it is Dawood. And it's stolen by Shy City's Jamie. Now back to RKC. Third Coast with it on the far sideline. On the right foot now. Inside the 22, setting it up in front. One hopping pass off the foot, cleared by Chicago. Now back to Third Coast. And going after it now is Abigail Baldridge. Well, if you take Jamie out of the match, it's a 1-0 game, but we can't do that. Sophia Jamie, the player of the match thus far.
Oh, she absolutely is the player of the match, having an amazing opportunities to strike and getting that hat trick. She's done a great job not only bending the ball for those first 2 goals, but having that far strike later on here in this second half. That's just a credit to her. She's found good opportunities and moments to score, as well as getting those crossing passes from her teammates as that one goes out by her.
Here's a little
Sophia
bit of
Jamie.
I was just going to say, here's a little bit of information about Sophia Jamie during her freshman campaign in the 2022 season. Led UIC with 4 goals. Her 8 points were also a team high. She's very much a clutch player, Austin. 3 of her 4 tallies were game winners, and the 4th was the game-tying goal in a draw with Murray State. She scored in 3 straight matches. So when she's on fire, it's hard to stop her.
Exactly, and especially for someone that plays for a team named the Flames, you would hope that she always stays on fire.
How long were you holding that one in?
How long is 30 seconds?
Not long enough.
Some would say it could be an eternity. It depends who you are on a pitch or right here in the broadcast booth.
She plays for the Flames. If she scores in 3 straight matches, she's very hot. She plays for the Flames, but is her favorite snack Flamin' Hot Cheetos? Anyone?
No, maybe that's something we'll have to ask her then in the post-match interview.
Out in front. And it's kicked out by Chicago. So they're going to win this match, Parter, but for Chicago, does it matter helping Kaiser get that clean sheet, or is a win just a win at this point of the season?
You know, it would really just add on to the statement piece that Kaiser has been able to put on here in this match. She's really done a great job of thwarting any sort of shooting opportunities, and really the lone shot that has been registered, at least on the paper, for Spillman of RKC.
Yeah.
Beyond just that, it's really been not too much of a difficult day, I would say, for her so far. And especially she was able to get that first shot out last week against the Dutch Lions, who they play in their next match at home here at Lions for Hope Sports Complex.
It's a big rivalry match, and we should see a sold-out crowd for that. That was a tough match, but they got the victory over their rival in the Dutch Lions.
And now we'll have 3 more substitutions for RKC.
Yeah, you can understand it. You're down 4-0. Let's try something new. We might need these women later on in the season. It's a summer league, so you're going to see players rotate positions anyways. But let's try something new. It hasn't been working with our starters. They're tired. It's not a hot day, so it's perfect soccer weather, so the conditions aren't a factor. But you bring in some new players, and maybe that affects how RKC plays on offense.
It can, and hopefully these substitutions for Third Coast give them a fresh breath of air, and be able to find just some more better passing lanes and get in front of the net and cause havoc against Kaiser, as she's really not been bothered too much, except for that lone shot that Spillman had, who got subbed off here. And now City trying to defend against RKC as they kick that one immediately out, so it'll be a nice position for a throw-in. We'll have to see if Third Coast can actually capitalize on this.
Ooh, that was close. Just over the head of Kaiser. Interesting idea. Kaiser's got great size, partner, so those top shelf goals, she can get most of those. She's got pretty decent athleticism for the position, too. But she goes top shelf on a tall goalie. But usually on a tall goalie, when you go top shelf, it's either going to hit the crossbar or go over the net more times than not.
Certainly so, and especially for that net on the right side of our viewing angle here. You would have thought that the players would have kept continuing to strike on that top right side again, but, you know, just not quite enough there for RKC as they put a little too much mustard on that one. But that obviously does show a good sign of life for them to continue to have more shots in this game and hopefully register one more on the board for them rather than that 0 that they have.
And it'll be a throw-in coming up for RKC. It was the throw-in that time by Oster coming off the bench and was last touched by Third Coast. Bauman, she was going to do the throw-in, and she decides to pass it off to a teammate, to Crotty. Crotty, overhead pass, and it hops over to Viamil. Header, stolen away by Chicago City. Now over to City. Castanon plays it. And now over to Baldridge. That shot, very wide. 4-0 lead. Even though Harms has given up 4 goals, most of them are not her fault, so you're not going to see a goalie change. It's a new club, partner. You kind of expect this. It's harder for them to get D1 players. Next year, I think they'll get more D1 players as the social media, the SEO growth of this team continues to grow. They got what they got in the first year. I'm not going to say expansion team because every club can recruit the players they want to evenly, but it's a new club, and it's harder to get the word out for the D1 players in the Milwaukee, Kenosha, and Racine areas.
And certainly so, and especially with a brand new club, you're obviously going to have growing pains in one way or another, whether it be having all these new players or whatnot, but there is a stoppage there as that one's called off.
Well, you know, you're down 4-0. Maybe the ref wasn't paying attention, see if you can get away with that. But no. Refs at this level, they're usually going to see that all the way. Sometimes you lose where you're at the pitch. You think that you're onside. You're really 2 steps ahead of the D before the ball comes.
And obviously one of the more controversial calls or types of penalties that you would see in all of sports. Obviously offsides can be so judgmental whenever you're talking about this for soccer fans. But whenever you have that opportunity, just take it. You can keep going until you hear that whistle. So for RKC, they should continue to find ways to push the ball as far as they can.
Right.
And get that opportunity to get on the board.
Obviously, if it's a 1-0 game or a 0-0 game, as Kaiser will easily catch that one and an overhand pass. As right in stride, that was right on target on the pass by Kaiser, sending it over to Bauman. But you're down 4-0. Gets past the D, but she did have help over the top. Stolen away by Chicago. Was that in the box? I think it was outside. We'll see what they call. It is a free kick regardless. Now we'll see if it's PK or not. And we have an injury on the pitch. A lot happening there, partner. Dawood deking her way around the D, and Oster got caught off guard. She goes after the ball, but she actually got the feet, so a free kick was awarded. So a double whammy for RKC. The free kick goes for Chicago City and a potential injury against RKC.
Yeah, certainly the worst-case scenario here for Third Coast on that driving movement there by City. So we'll have to see if Oster is okay as she's getting that attention by some of the trainers for Third Coast. But, you know, for RKC, they've really just found no way to answer whenever City's been able to, on that far side of the pitch there, trying to move the ball closer towards the net, right inside the box. So we'll have to see if that back line can hold strong and not allow yet another goal.
By the way, if you're watching it live and you'd like to watch it in 720, I don't know why YouTube does this, but it automatically encodes it in 360p. So to watch it in 720 or 1080, all you got to do for our live and on-demand version, there's this little circle. It looks like a soccer ball. It's like a wheel almost. You click on it, then you click on quality, and then just click on 720p. Same thing goes for your phone. So if you're wondering why it doesn't look so good, it's because it's encoded in 360 instead of 720p. And Oster's night is done as she is barely able to walk it off underneath the field goal post. Tough day. She did not start today, comes off the bench, and didn't play many minutes and just couldn't get it done defensively. For RKC, really the defense, they were okay, not their best effort. And you could see from Viamil and Jamie why they're playing at the D1 level. Those stop and start moves, they're so great, changing speeds.
Absolutely.
Free kick, it's in the net. Goal, Chicago City, that was impressive. Off the free kick, Diana Dawood. It's a 5-0 lead for Chicago.
Diana Dawood, a super sub here for Chicago City SC. An amazing bender, and yet again, they keep hammering away at the top right corner of the net against RKC, and they've made it work so well. A nice bending shot for Dawood to continue to keep pouring it on against Third Coast, who have really not been able to find any answer. We'll have to see if they can find any way to keep their movement and put the pressure on Kaiser, who's done a fantastic job in net for the Lionesses.
That one, I think that Harms should have had. It's at that 30 to 40 degree angle. It is a free kick, but the wall was in front of her. Top shelf, that's one that Harms probably should have had. At least get a piece of it to help out your D to clear it.
Exactly. She really did all she could there, but just not quite enough reach to get in that top part of the goal.
5-0 lead now for Chicago. Now past their own 22. Kaiser gets the clean sheet, but the woman of the match, definitely Sophia Jamie. She has 3 goals, 1 for Dawood and 1 for Viamil.
And with this 5-goal game for Chicago City SC, that now puts it for 11 goals given up by RKC on the season, having only 1 goal for themselves. Wow, good opportunity.
It's almost another one. Yeah, that's not the goal differential you want. -10.
Certainly not, especially when you keep looking for a playoff race. That goal differential can be the difference maker on whether or not you're in that top 1 or 2 seed. So if RKC wants to claw out of this hole, they have to find ways to put the ball in the back of the net.
I think baby steps would be the key for this program, a new program.
Certainly.
Let's start with 1 goal. Let's get that 1-0 lead.
It has to start from somewhere, right?
Right. You know, it's my White Sox, they're breaking my heart. They lost again today, and they're trying to get out of this hole. Well, they're 10 games under 500. Yeah, winning the division, going to the playoffs, winning playoff games, that's the end-all, be-all goal. You got to get out of this hole first. They're 10 games under 500. Same thing with RKC, winning the division, winning the championship. Obviously, that's the goal. First things first, you got to score some goals to even have chances at winning matches. Let's start there. Let's get that 1-0 lead. Shot off the crossbar. Another chance for Chicago City, but that goes for naught. Great shot, though, that time by Castanon. But, yeah, for RKC, baby steps. Get a goal, get a lead, keep the lead, get a win, and then building blocks off of that.
Certainly, and especially for first-year head coach John Burke of this club, you really have to give him credit for still, like we were mentioning earlier in this broadcast, putting together a team of local girls from colleges all around the Wisconsin area, as well, and only having a couple weeks in preparation to do so. So obviously there's going to be some growing pains in those areas, but still, they have to, like you said, take some baby steps, first get some goals, find a way to get a tie, and then get into the win column and actually be able to find more points to put on the board on the table. But until they can do that, they will be in a bit of a struggle to find their way in this league.
Braylon Viamil, she won the North Shore Health Effort Award. Excellent player from Jobet FC. Went to Evanston High School. They're called the Wild Kits, not the Wildcats, the Wild Kits. Little trivia for you. So if you're at a bar tonight, Austin, after the game, and you want to do some bar trivia, that's one that would go your way in terms of winning one for your team. Lead pass and offside. That was pretty blatant. She was a step and a half ahead of the defense.
Yeah, Delisha Spence had a lot of good speed there and thought she could get away with it, but really just a little too much there. The ref wasn't going to be fooled on that one.
No.
But to go back to the player for Diana Dawood, a player for Chicago State out of Glendale, Arizona, a senior at Chicago State, has already played 451 minutes in the past seasons for Chicago State and done a great job for them. Not any goals scored for her in that season, but she certainly has made her mark here in USLW.
Yeah, she looks good. I mean, that's a 1-2 punch to be reckoned with. And the Dutch Lions, I'm sure that they have recruiters and scouts watching tonight's match and double team Jamie at all times. But if you do that, it allows some space for Viamil to get one on net. It happens, though. You know, a new club. As great as that story was when the Vegas Golden Knights says, here's a chance for RKC, block shot, get in the way of that. Great job by, I think that was Vapensky. But, yeah, you love the story. We play on. She was onside. Chance for Chicago. Stop and start move. Viamil scores! What a move by Viamil Austin. It's 6-0 in favor of Chicago.
Exactly, a nice start goal there for Viamil. 2 already now on the season for her. A great maneuver and obviously some beautiful passing by the midfielders of City SC to be able to get it to her and her incredible speed to get in front of the net and make a beautiful move to put the Lionesses up now 6-0. You know, partner, we have one more goal. We're already going to have to say that they got a touchdown, so we'll have to see. Technically, they do have a touchdown, but that would have to be included in the field goal.
Yeah, you got to get the extra point. Or you could have 2 field goals, or you could have 3 safeties. It's got to be a foul.
And no foul. Ref says play on.
Chicago's up 6-0. They don't get any more free kicks. Oh, no. There might be an injury for Chicago. You hate to see it, and that's why you call free kicks. Is because if you let it go, it can get worse in the match. Holding that leg, Cassanon, and she is in a lot of pain.
She sure is. And Kelsey Ham, who subbed off there, she gave Cassanon the captain's band. You really hate to see that for another player in this match.
But you love to see this. Oster, who we saw go off, is back into the match. Trying to play through the pain, and how about that? Cassanon is going to play through it. Both players back in the match. You love to see it.
You really do. You hope that whenever you see players come back from an injury that keeps them on the ground, that they're not going to be pushing it too much so that they can stay healthy. But, you know, props to them for keeping going in this game and keep their teams at 11 per side.
Yeah, you don't want to push it too much. We're not at the playoffs yet. We're not at the end of the season yet. But some of these players, their college soccer career is coming to an end, so they're going to push it probably more than the freshman and sophomore, the incoming sophomores and juniors. Lead pass to Spence, and Harm's kind of in no man's land. Spence looking for a call. It's going to be a corner regardless, but the free kick would have helped there, and it was in the box, so it would have been a PK. But I like the no call there. Both players going for the ball. I think it's just a corner, not a free kick or PK.
And certainly with the way things have been going in this match, Kyle, you have to imagine that the ref is just pretty much going to let play go on unless there's something absolutely egregious that happens on the pitch. But other than that, it certainly will be just pretty much free play throughout the rest of this match. And now yet another corner opportunity for City here. We'll see if they can get it.
Just went a little bit too wide with it. But you know what? When you're up by 6 goals, you can try something new on the corner kicks that you don't normally do. That shot goes very high and wide. That's something you can also work on. In a 1-0 game, would you see a shot like that near the 22? No. But when you're up 6-0, you're going to need those shots in a 1-0 game down the stretch. You're up 6-0. Let's try something new, something you're not always comfortable with. Get out of your comfort zone and see if you can get some reps with it, get some success with it, and it's going to help you out later on in the season.
Definitely so. And as we see all these substitutions that come onto the pitch as well, you have to notice that it brings another breath of fresh air for these squads to be able to have more opportunities, like we saw for Abigail Roy, to shoot something that she may not typically do, something outside of the box. But, you know, it's definitely a good idea by her to be able to tally up something on her stat sheet for the season.
Yeah, Abigail Roy. I mean, it's been a team effort tonight. Viamil with 2 goals, Sophia Jamie with 3, but it's been a team effort, especially on the defensive end. They have shut down Spillman and this attack by RKC. And for Third Coast, you have to learn from this. You don't think about it too much, but you watch the game film and you see what can we do better, what subs work, what starting lineups have been working, what starting lineups haven't been working. And as a new club, get at least 1 win this season, as that's high up in the air. Header try. They're going to say it was touched by Chicago, and they're not going to get the benefit of the call. If anything, it looked like it was touched off the head of RKC, and it'll be Kaiser's ball. Wind's starting to pick up here in the Windy City as we get closer to evening hours. Beautiful Saturday night in the Windy City. And the home team, Chicago, was dominated for most of the match. 6-0 lead. It was 3-0 at halftime. Crosser, it was off the foot of O'Regan. As Johnson's pass goes off the knee and now over to the sideline, played by Spence. Guarding closely is Kuhn. Out of midfield, falling to the pitch is Grizik. And free kick awarded for Chicago. City up 6-0. If you miss any of the match, just hit that rewind button on YouTube. Fast forward. We'll also upload the 720 and 1080p versions of the match. This has been dominant. You can make the argument this has been Chicago's best match of the season. Obviously by the score it is, but just overall play, because the final score could be deceiving. You're playing a new club. Chicago was around last season with a women's team. But I think this has been their best match of the season, as that shot's blocked.
It certainly has, and they had a very tough game against Chicago Dutch Lions for their first match of the season, who they face next on Wednesday. So we'll have to see if they can continue that moving forward. But for RKC, an absolutely brutal schedule to start out for the season, having lost 4-0 to Bavarian United SC and 2-1 to Chicago Dutch Lions just a week or so ago, and they're all on the road. Their first 5 matches are all on the road. They don't go home for another couple of weeks, Kyle. So especially for an expansion club as them, you really have to feel for them having to play such a brutal schedule away from home and as a brand new club.
And some of these clubs are not close. FC Wichita, very far away. Obviously, this is the War of 94. It's only about an hour's drive to Racine. Maybe 45 minutes if you're hustling to Kenosha, but this was the one you wanted to have because you have a lot of road games far away from Racine, Kenosha, Milwaukee. And for RKC Third Coast, if you're not going to win this match, you'd like to have something to build off of. A 6-0 loss with not a lot of shots on net. There's not a lot of positives going into their next match.
Exactly, and you have to wonder now how John Burke will be able to regroup with this team as the coach for them and be able to find new ways to be able to get pressure on defenses such as Chicago City SC, as they really have not had too many great opportunities as we're already 81 minutes into this match. But for City SC, as we mentioned, this is a very positive note for them to be able to get a second win on the season. So we'll have to see how they change things up in their second match against Dutch Lions in just 3 matches. So a quick turnaround for them.
Yeah, for Chicago City, you're playing a team that lost 1-0, and they know you very well. It's right in the back of their minds, and it's recency effect where they know what you were doing on the pitch, what they were doing well, what you were doing well. That recency effect where when you lose to a team or you beat a team, when you lose, you want to play them right away. And when you beat a team, you'd like to not see them for a while because they saw what you didn't do so well and they can effectively work on that in practice.
Yeah,
Whereas,
that's absolutely right.
When you play somebody and then you don't play them for 7 weeks, you kind of forgot some things. Now, you can still look at that on film, but looking at film and remembering things are key in the game of soccer.
Well, they absolutely are, and having a big window between the times that you face the same opponent would definitely give you more opportunity to strategize new ways to get more goals in the net, as well as just continue to really make it hard for the other team to have any pressure against you and your goalkeepers, such as Lauren Kaiser. So moving on for City SC, you have to wonder how they'll actually be able to change their tactics moving into the Dutch Lions match and get more than just a 1-0 victory. But they still have to be very happy with the results they've gotten so far in this season, especially with this match. That one going out on the far side near midfield. It'll be City SC ball.
Final reminder, the text line's open, 330-957-7653. Don't go anywhere. The postgame show, Austin Wright, most likely interviewing Sophia Jamie after the match. But if Viamil scores again, then it might be a toss-up before who we get in the postgame show. So I don't know if Viamil knows that, but if she scores again, it's going to make our job harder. Right-footed kick. It's in the net. It's a touchdown and an extra point lead for Chicago City SC. Gabby Whittingham.
Wow, what a beautiful shot there by Gabby Whittingham. Super far outside that box there, Kyle. What a nice shot for another super sub goal here for City SC, just showing how much of the depth of this team really can play against a team such as Third Coast. So a nice little showing there for those on the bench for the Lionesses to be able to get on the board as well, and just an overall dominating exclamation point to this match.
Another one that Harms probably should have had. It's pretty far away. She goes near post with it. It's just going to be a game that RKC, they're going to have to think about. You don't want to constantly think about it, but you can't fully erase it because we're constantly seeing mistakes that they need to rectify to get W's. And for Whittingham, it was a nice goal, but one that Harms probably should have had on the save.
Exactly so. And whenever RKC goes on the road to face Minnesota Aurora on Wednesday, they have to keep in the back of their mind how to keep their defensive line all together as one unit, because as we've seen, there's been a lot of gaping holes that City SC has been able to exploit, not only on the far and near side, but really in the middle as well. They've done a great job of getting those short passes through their back line and really have not found any response.
At the 22, stop and start move. And stolen away by RKC. Adriana Rodriguez on it. And Viamil got a piece of it, but she kicked it out. Rodriguez will play it now. 7-0 lead for Chicago. Great job of defending their home pitch. We got a good crowd tonight, Austin.
We absolutely do. All these parents and fans of the players showing up, supporting their women's team, especially on a night in which the Chicago City SC Youth Program has a massive tournament weekend for Memorial Day weekend, going on the road all around the Chicagoland area. So it's very nice to see them supporting their semi-professional, or pre-professional, women's team here in the suburbs of Chicago.
Don't go anywhere. Post-game show brought to you by SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We do a lot of different sports, not just soccer, but if you go on our website to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com, we do travel baseball, travel softball, USSSA softball, travel hockey, whatever you need, SBS will do it for you. Go to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. It's been a fun one if you're a Chicago fan, not so much if you're a fan of Racine, Kenosha County, but sometimes this is what happens in a soccer match. Mama said there'd be days like this, and for RKC Third Coast, that was that day.
Yeah, certainly. So a match that they definitely want to forget is another opportunity there in the front of the net there for Delisha Spence, but Harms able to easily grab that one away.
That's one that Harms has to make a decision right away. You're either all in or you're staying back for the breakaway. If you're in no man's land and you hesitate, you're going to be beat, and Spence is going to deke you out of your shin guards and your gloves, and it's going to be an easy goal. So you're either all in or you're all out. You can't be in between if you're the goalkeeper.
Exactly, and in those scenarios, especially as a Third Coast fan, you have to be shaking your boots whenever you see your goalkeeper go so far outside of the net. But you have to credit Harms there for actually being able to have the guts to be able to stop a shot opportunity for Delisha Spence like that one.
She's hungry for a goal, partner. We've seen her been offside, shot, easy save that time for Harm. She is hungry, and you can see the frustration. She's like, man, everybody's scoring but me.
Exactly. She wants in on the goal party here.
Yeah.
So you really can't blame her. She's made a lot of good moves on her part to be able to get towards the net, but just, not really able to find that finishing piece.
Well, it was quite a contrast from the broadcast that SBS did earlier today, where Shy House, they held on 1-0, and their goalie, and Tony Halterman, committed a red card, so he was ejected, and they were down a man for a good 50 minutes. 5 minutes of the first half and the full 45 plus extra time, and they somehow won 1-0 down a man. So a lot of gray hairs for the Chicago House coaching staff. No gray hairs tonight for Chicago City.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a credit to this team. They are a very well-disciplined group, as you can tell thus far. They've had some of those moments in which they look like they might be called for some of these fouls as they might get booked. But, the referees have really just allowed a very free-flowing, open play game throughout. And so you really have to credit City SC for being able to stay at home and not really get too emotional.
It happens, though. You get these games as they finally turn on the lights. And we do have a confirmation. It will be Sophia Jamie. So Viamil, no need to score again because we already fixed Sophia. But no, Viamil's been great, too.
Yeah, she certainly has. And it's the quick feet that you see from Viamil as well as Jamie that have been able to get in front of those defenders, had those stop and start moves, those little stutter moves to deke out those defenders. So it really is a positive thing to see for the Lionesses here in this match.
So, partner, if you had to do the 3 stars of the match, we've already said Jamie, we've already said Viamil. Even though Kaiser hasn't done a lot, she will get credit for the clean sheet. Should we do Kaiser or should we pick another defender or midfielder?
I would absolutely credit Kaiser for her play in this one, but another person that I think has gone underrated throughout this entire match has been Jasmine Castanod. Yeah. She's had a great opportunity to get those passes and as well defend against a very tough movement from RKC when they've gotten in front of the net. So really Castanod is my 3rd star of the match if we had to pick one besides Jamie as well as Viamil.
So, for RKC, you're going to shake this one off. You're still going to evaluate the game film. And really, you have to evaluate, why are we giving up 7 goals? Are we putting our defense in spots where it's hard to defend? Are we reading the hips well? If you don't read the hips, if you're reading the ball instead of the hips, it allows Jamie and Viamil, those stop and start moves, create separation, then shoot it on net.
And clearly that's what we've seen. That quick first step for all of the Chicago City SC players is one of the reasons why they've been able to put 7 goals on the board so far in this match. And so for RKC moving on, they have to continue to watch the hips like you're mentioning and be able to stay at home and not move too quickly against an attacking player and be able to continually to carefully watch them.
So don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up next. And starting to get colder. It's kind of geocentric worldview for RKC Third Coast. They're losing 7-0, and it's getting colder on the pitch as well. Delisha Spence with it now. Stop and start move now on her right foot. She wants that goal badly, but she'll set it up in front. One-timer chance. Blocked. RKC looking to clear. Another minute of extra time awarded in the match, and this will be Chicago City's possible last chance to score. Set up in front. Chance off the body. Viamil almost had a hat trick.
She really wanted that one. Very good opportunity there for Viamil to also equal a hat trick with Jamie, but not enough as the match does come to a close here at Lions for Hope Sports Complex.
Abigail Roy on the pass. And Viamil had a chance to make it 8-0, and that does it for the match. It was all Chicago City. They led 3-0 at halftime. They score 4 in the second half. 7-0 win. It was all Chicago tonight. RKC, they just couldn't catch up and maintain the speed that Chicago City was throwing at them.
Absolutely. And Charlie Ladshaw, the coach for Chicago City SC, will be jumping up and down for joy knowing that his team put in a very good effort, not only on the offensive side, scoring 7 goals, but also just a well-rounded match overall for his squad to be able to not allow RKC any opportunities to score.
And that will do it for the play-by-play broadcast. Austin will go down to the pitch and interview Sophia Jamie for the post-game show. So for our excellent crew, for Raphael, for Sarah, for Austin Wright, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. Post-game show coming up next here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
It's June 9th, 2010. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final is taking place between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Philadelphia Flyers. The final result will be an overtime win in Philadelphia. If the Flyers end up victorious, they'll still have to win a Game 7 in Chicago. It's a 3-3 tie in the first overtime, meaning this has been a moderate offensive explosion with some decent defense and goaltending squeeze in between this hockey contest. This is a huge game for Blackhawks fans, as their favorite hockey team has been a laughingstock in the Western Conference for most of the previous decade. For the Flyers, they're looking to bring back Stanley Cup glory to the city of brotherly love for the first time since the 1970s. To truly understand the importance of what happens next, we need to hit that left button on the VCR. In other words, we need to rewind. The Blackhawks are an overtime goal away from cementing their legacy in NHL history. But for a franchise who used to not even televise its home games, this seemed like a pipe dream even 5 years ago. Known for his severe cheapness, Blackhawks former owner Bill Wirtz decided to cancel all home broadcast agreements with network and cable television outlets in 1992. According to Wirtz and the Wirtz Corporation as a whole, home broadcasts were, quote, unfair to the team's season ticket holders, unquote. And as crazy as this decision was by Wirtz, fan attendance increased during the mid-1990s. Incredibly.
Welcome to the show presented by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Austin Wright, alongside the woman of the match, Sophia Jamie. Sophia, incredible performance by you tonight, getting a hat trick here on the home field for Lions for Hope Sports Complex. What did you see on the pitch that was able to get you those 3 goals in this match?
There was a lot of space out wide, and the gaps were open, and we were just kind of making dynamic runs, all the forwards, so the gaps were open for us.
And so, throughout that whole match, there was clearly a very big presence in the front by the strikers, including yourself, as well as the other players for City SC. What exactly did you all prepare for going into this match, knowing that this is an expansion side that hasn't really been able to do too much so far in this season, having lost their first 2 matches? What did you all prepare for?
Key said right before the game started to get a shot off in the first 5 minutes, and I looked at the clock and it was 4:30, and we hadn't got a shot off yet, so we were kind of just, goal-driven the whole entire time and just looking towards goal.
Exactly. And so moving on, going into your match against rival Chicago Dutch Lions, what exactly will you all be doing to prepare for that one?
I think we're just going to, take the weekend to rest up and, just try to play with just as much intensity as we did today and just look for another win.
That sounds good. Well, congrats again on the big win and your great performance for tonight. That does it for the post-game show. I'm Austin Wright for Sports Broadcast Solutions.